Dance Dance Revolution Disney Mix is undoubtedly the hardest game in the series to find over here in America. So because of that, you can't imagine my glee when I found the game for only $10 sitting on a used game store shelf. I picked up the game really fast because I was looking for the game for well over 10 years, and seeing it there in very pristine condition really blew my mind, so it was an easy buy for me. Dance Dance Revolution Disney Mix, or DDR Disney Mix if you're cool like that, is just like the rest of the games in this series. At its core, it is a dancing/rhythm game that allows you to plug in a specially designed dance pad controller to use instead of just the regular gamepad. With the dance pad controller, you can use your feet to create cool grooves that aren't really quite dancing, but it's more dancing than you do with a regular controller. So the reason the game was so popular in the early 2000s and the mid-2000s was because it was a great way for gamers to not only burn calories, but to have a good time as a multiplayer experience. Being in the arcades at the time when I was growing up, this game was really fun to play with my friends. Getting up there and just getting new scores, getting higher difficulties, unlocking new songs was really fun, and it definitely led to the arcade revival of the mid-2000s. It's not hard to see why this game is so special. I mean, it's actually in the name of the game, DDR Disney Mix. So this is the only mix in the game that actually has any sort of corporate sponsor outside of Konami, and it's neat that it's the Disney characters. So there's unique songs that you can only find in this game that are actually themed around specially designed Disney things. So for example, there's 2 mixes of the song It's a Small World, 2 for the Mickey Mouse main theme song, there's a song called Macho Duck, which is all about Donald Duck, and you're only going to find them in this game, and that makes it really unique, and that's why it's sort of one of the more rare DDR games out there. Also, the background are always Disney characters, so you have Donald, Mickey, Pluto, Chip and Dale, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie, all in the back sort of either dancing, or they're on the turntables, or mixing music, things like that. It's all dance and music oriented. And surprisingly, this is actually a full-fledged game. It's not a port with different visuals, like they didn't take DDR Konami Mix, another one for the PS1, and just put Disney characters in it. No, they actually made specially designed stages and menus, and even the tutorial mode has Mickey's feet instead of regular feet, so it's really cool to see they put a lot of detail into this game.
Now, it's time for the opening stage!
But alas, despite how rare the game actually is, there are many, many downsides, not the least of which being the low number of songs you can actually select to dance to. Like I said before, there's specially designed Disney songs, which are neat, but there's only a few of them, maybe about 7 or 8, that you can actually unlock or dance to. And then outside of that, you have 6 or 7 more regular DDR songs, classics like Be For You and Midnight Blaze and Higher. But there's only a few that are actually fun, and they're mainly the ones that are from the other DDR games. And on top of that, there's only 2 difficulties to start out with, Basic and Trick, and you have to beat every level on Trick to unlock Maniac, which is, heavy mode in the later DDRs. So having that lower amount of selection is really a downside from the very beginning. Also, there are no mods to this game, so instead of being able, like the other DDR games, to speed up the direction, or speed up the amount of arrows that come, or change the direction the arrows come from, or change their color, there's nothing like that. You just have to play regular DDR, which is actually what I play, so it works out for me, but for other players that could be a downside. But making that a little bit easier, but still not that good, is the game is incredibly easy. The same method of gameplay is there. The higher scores you get, the better grade rating you have, but instead of having to get nothing but perfects to get doubles or triple A's, you just need to get a high score to get said scores. So I was actually playing the game very rusty, and I got 2 triple A's right off the bat on Trick. I know it wasn't on Maniac, but that's super easy, and that makes it feel like they're just giving out triple A's like candy. Also, this is a lack of quality for the PS1, not really the game, but I always felt this way. The PS1 arrows for DDR look kind of rigid, and they don't really look that good, so when they're flying across the screen, it can be hard to actually determine which is which arrow. You might get lost. But the poor arrow quality makes it harder to read, but it's not really a problem with the game, it's just a problem with the PS1.
Select a song. Are you ready? Let's dance!
But even with its faults, overall, DDR Disney Mix is still a great DDR game. You've got a lot of unique songs here that you can only find here, which is a rarity for many DDRs. And even for that matter, you can't find these games in the arcade because even the arcade version is hard to find. So it could be cool if you're a fanatic DDR player to have this game. And it can be fun to dance with friends. Surprisingly, it's still cool to dance with the likes of Mickey Mouse and Chip and Dale on the screen. And if you're playing with a new person or a younger player, or if you're new to the series, this is a really great way to get introduced because it's easy. And while it is geared towards children, you'll still find out that it's a fun game to play and easy to get into. The incorporation of Disney characters is very well done, and I'm happy that Konami didn't just scoff at the idea and just, put a little paste cut up of Mickey Mouse or Donald in the game. They actually made full-fledged animations. And it's still going to remain a really rare game to find. I'm happy that I was able to find it, and if you guys see it out there, definitely worth a look. If the price is right, I say go ahead and pick it up and have fun.
Congratulations!